Hello everyone, welcome to This Day. It is Saturday, September 16th. Did you like the jib shot that kind of goes like that? That was Carla, our intern on the jib, so let's a little round of applause for Carla. On our show today, we're going to talk to folks from the Theater Guild. Gregory Anderson and Donna Valenti are going to be here talking about their new program that they have coming out. It's a good show coming up that you want to see. And How We Met. It's a new TV show right here on Village Television. And Cheryl Stritch and Annette Berkowitz are going to be joining us to talk about how that whole thing works. It's Saturday, of course, and we are here, and we want to keep you informed about what's going on out there in the world. New EV charging. You might be charging your cars over the weekend, and we have new prices in the village for the new charging rates. Level 2 chargers went from 31 cents to 34 cents, other 2 hours, after 4 hours. So we have all sorts of different levels of chargers. I'm not sure how they work, as I don't have an EV yet. So, all right, so you guys probably know how this works. So that's the new rates, and they are effective immediately, so be aware of that. Let's take a look outside at our weather, and we're going to have the same kind of pattern for the whole week here. We're going to have cloudy skies in the morning, we're going to have sunny skies in the afternoon, and it's going to be kind of mid-70s as we go. The rest of the week's going to look just the same. We have fall coming up on the 20th. I'm excited. Finally, no more really, really hot weather, but we always get that, fall heat wave. We always get that late fall heat wave, so it'll be back. We'll have some Santa Ana winds, I'm sure, but for now, great temperatures, and enjoy it while you can. Let's take a look at our sunrise and sunset photo. This is from Alan Clark, one of our favorites. He sends us pictures all the time. These are some birds of paradise out in the parking lot there. Sunrise was 6:34, sunset 6:55 p.m. And if you want to send us a picture, you can do that. It's very easy. Laguna Woods Village TV at gmail.com is the email to send it out to us. Anywhere around, like Alan and Mark and other folks who've been sending us pictures, put your name on there, where you took the picture, horizontal please, so we can make it fit on the screen very well, and we will put it up there, I promise, just like Alan and Mark and all the people who send us pictures all the time. Okay, when we come back, we're going to be talking to folks from the Theater Guild. Stay with us.
Living and learning in Laguna Woods Village is a unique experience. For over 45 years, the Emeritus Institute has provided tuition-free college classes within your community. Join us to experience expert faculty, quality academics, and to make friends through the Emeritus Institute. New classes start every semester, and you can join nearly any time. Visit us anytime at saddleback.edu/emeritus. Learn, live, and thrive with the Emeritus Institute.
A will is not enough to avoid probate. However, if you have a will, a trust, a complete estate plan, then you will avoid probate. We encourage you to come meet with us. It's complimentary. We'll review the estate plan, make sure that it's current, covers all of your assets, and you're actually protected.
I'd like to personally thank LS Carlson Law for all my family's estate planning needs. I highly recommend them to everyone.
Hi, I'm Linda Honey. I'd be happy to help you and your family. Please call us today.
Welcome back to This Day. Joining me now from the Theater Guild is Greg Anderson and Donna Valenti. Hello, welcome. So nice to have you guys here. Nice to meet you.
Thanks for having us.
So I understand both of you are new to the village and new to the Theater Guild. Greg, how long have you been here?
I've been here about 8 months. Got here in December.
And where'd you move from?
I was in Las Vegas.
What made you decide to move here?
Well, I'd heard about Laguna Woods, and I was looking at the SoCal area, and all the amazing things that are on offer here was just irresistible. So I just said, you know what, I'm going to make the decision, move out here, and I've never regretted it. It's fantastic.
Oh, that's wonderful. And Donna, what about you?
Hey, I am a Southern California native, so I've been here my whole life. I moved here because a really good friend of mine lived here, and she said, Donna, you got to come try out all these fun things. And since I've been here, I'm so busy, I don't ever have time to breathe sometimes because there's so much to do. Yeah, and I'm just new to the Theater Guild, so this is my first experience with them.
What drew you to the Theater Guild? Why this club?
I have a good friend, Bob, and he told me Donna, you're a director, you're really good, you got to do it. And I go, I don't know. So he said, just try it. And I'm trying it, and I'm having so much fun. I have the best actors, it's just really fun.
Now, were you a director in your field, in your career previously, or this is the first time you're trying this out?
I have a degree in theater,
Okay.
and I've worked in film with my son, so I have a lot of experience with both, but I haven't directed for quite a while, so this is my first foray into directing after a long time.
Was it nerve-wracking to come back, like to do it for the first time when it had been a break?
No, it was just fun. I just realized how much I've been missing it. Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. And Greg, what about you? What was your background in theater?
Well, I've had a little experience in acting, but I've always been a kind of natural performer. And I had done a community theater a few years ago in Las Vegas that was a great experience. And as soon as I found out that there was a theater group here, I thought, you know what, I'm going to give it a go. And I got encouraged to audition. I got a part, and it was fantastic. It's been great so far. And actually, I have another part in another place, so it's kind of rolling into other things. Here in Laguna Woods, everybody kind of knows each other, and we all get along so great that it was easy to just kind of fall into it.
And one thing ends up rolling into another thing and snowballing. How exciting, how fun. And Donna, I understand you have a love of Shakespeare. Tell me about that.
Oh my gosh. Shakespeare has been in my life a long time. When my kids were very, very little and couldn't talk, I used to read them Shakespeare instead of storybooks. And I've directed a lot of Shakespeare. I just love it. I think the thing with Shakespeare is people are afraid of it because it sounds so foreign. But when you listen to it for a little while, you really get to understand. I mean, he was brilliant. He was an amazing writer, and it's even relevant today. One of my big dreams is I want to take a Shakespeare and make it today. So that's one of the things I want to try when I'm here.
Wow, very interesting.
Yeah.
And so, Greg, what projects are you working on at this point?
Right now, I'm in the Theater Guild and Old Prose, so there's another one I'm auditioning for, which is a collection of skits based on a couple of New York Post writers. One's an illustrator and one's a kind of a humorist. And so they've taken and used the narration from the two gentlemen to intersperse the skits. So I'm in about 6 of those skits. So I'm doing one where I'm a narrator of a funny story about a husband and a wife. And then I have another story where I'm a man on a date with a lady who we have our thoughts, so we actually record our thoughts first, and then we talk to each other without moving, we're just miming. And that's coming up really soon. So as soon as I finish here, I go right into the next thing.
Okay.
So I've been rehearsing like crazy and trying to keep all of this in my head. It's been pretty fantastic. And then of course, in the village, I've been doing so many things. It's insane. I've been going to, obviously I play golf and I do a lot of sports, but I've also been going to the dances and the bands. The whole village just has so many things.
Did you see the Fifth Dimension this past weekend?
I've been seeing, I saw them, and I saw, I was at the Nomads last night on the patio at 19. It's just great. It's fantastic. So I'm constantly busy.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That's one of the things I love about this community is just the social aspect and how there's as much to do as you want, or you can relax too and just do a few things. But I just love that there's that opportunity to get involved and to be active and to enjoy. Life should be enjoyment, right?
There's so many really fun, nice people here. It's really fun. Yeah.
I'm having the time of my life.
Really good friends. Yeah. Really good friends.
That is wonderful. So, and I love how you mentioned about that you're also doing the old prose. So I think that's great that there's the movie side, but then there's also the theater side. And so a lot of people will go back and forth to both fields. Is that true?
I find everybody seems to be know each other, so they kind of cross over a little bit. Some of the people that are in the Theater Guild are acting in the Theater Guild, they're directing in other things. So it's kind of a cross-pollinization, right? Everybody's kind of
I'm also involved in the video. So I'm working on a video again with my friend Bob. And so it's just like you do a little bit of everything, because I love the film aspect of things as well as the directing and the theater aspect of things. So it's nice that you can do both and be part of both. Yeah.
That's wonderful. I mean, my background has always been in TV, but it's the same thing. It's like I loved, especially when I worked more before having children, but it was, one day it might be at the desk, but the next day it was out in the field interviewing, coaches and players. And I loved that every day was different. And sometimes it was behind the camera, sometimes it was editing, sometimes it was in front of the camera. So yeah, I know what you mean. Like it's very stimulating and exciting when you're not doing the same thing all the time.
Yeah, because like in video, you have to edit, you have to do all kinds of things. Not only do you direct and act, but you have to be able to edit and make it look good. So that's always fun and exciting and different. Yeah.
How does someone get involved in the Theater Guild?
Well, for me, I met someone who actually was through ping pong, oddly enough, okay? That's how this place works, right? So I'm up in the 3rd floor here playing ping pong, and I met Art. Do you know Art? He wrote Free Radicals, which was a little play that I saw when I first got here. And I'd mentioned that I always wanted to be an actor and always loved performing. And he said, well, you got to, join the Theater Guild. And one thing led to another, and I met Sandy O'Connor. And Sandy then started emailing me, giving me kind of tips on, how I should get into it. And then finally an opportunity came up. So if somebody really wanted to get into the Theater Guild or any of these performances, then it's just simply, either going online and looking it up on the website, or just ask. Someone's going to know, and someone's going to know somebody else, and then you're going to make all the dots, and before you know it, you're going to be playing in a performance.
You get connected, and you say, oh, come try this, come try that.
You're going to be rehearsing every single minute you possibly can to remember your lines.
What are all the different skills? Like, what are all the different, it's not just acting. It can be many different things.
You can do lots of different things in the Theater Guild. You can be a director, you can be an actor, you can be a technician.
Yep.
You don't have to be in front of people. You can do props, sound. There's all different kinds of avenues for you to use your skills or to try out. So if you're shy or you're afraid of being in front of people, there's lots of other things to do, and you can be a part of the organization. And the cool thing is, if you just watch online and you find that there's an audition, just go audition, see what happens, because it's fun when you audition and you can see what other people do and you learn and you experience, and then the directors like me can watch you and see where you're going to fit in what I'm doing or not doing. Yeah, so it's just fun. Just try out and see what's out there, and there's a lot of, just look online, on Facebook, whatever, you'll always see places that are opening for auditions.
Okay.
And I think fun is the #1 word.
Yes.
Yeah. So when I went to my first audition, I was a little, nervous. I wasn't sure what to expect. And it was, first of all, very casual, not intimidating at all. And it was, they wanted it to be fun. And as Donna said, people were willing to help me, And so the gentleman I'm working with, Bob, the director of the thing I'm doing with Theater Guild, he's been very helpful in kind of coaching me through this. It's been a while since I've done something like this. So anybody who's totally inexperienced is going to get a lot of help. And if you're already experienced, well, you're going to add that to the mix. So it's a good combination.
And we have fun. We have so much fun. My 3 actors, we're like a family now. We've decided we just have to do more stuff together because we're having so much fun together.
Enjoy doing it with each other.
Yeah, and we're learning, and I learn from them, they learn from me. It's just a symbiotic relationship. So it's not one person saying, you got to do this, you got to do this. No, it's like, what do you think? What do you feel? Does this feel right to you? And then you work with that. So it's just fun.
Yeah.
Just a lot of fun.
I enjoy it. And so before we run out of time, you guys have an event coming up September 21st.
Yeah.
Tell me about this.
Well,
Go ahead.
It's called Reader's Theater. And again, it's a series of short little skits that range from Shakespearean to odd couple kind of interactions with a husband and wife. I'm in one where I play a confused businessman who gets assisted by a sarcastic civil servant and trying to find my place in the world. And it's just a fun collection of different skits, and very funny, very funny.
That's the one thing I want to say. You're going to come for a little over an hour, and you're going to never stop laughing. I got to watch the dress rehearsals, so I saw everybody's yesterday. They're all funny. They're all different. Now, mine is Shakespeare, but don't be nervous, because it's not Shakespeare. It's a farce. It's so funny. It's Shakespeare who has lost his inspiration. He can't write anymore. He doesn't know what to do. So he gets the help of his best friend, who's an actor, and his maid, who is a prostitute, who he saved off the streets. So the two of them work to help him find his motivation again. And it's
Wonderful.
funny.
Oh, good. It sounds like a great show. Thank you so much for being here today, and good luck with the show, or should I say break a leg.
Yeah, thank you.
Well,
Thank
to
you.
recap, come check out the Theater Guild's latest event. It's the Readers Theater Showcase on September 21st in Clubhouse 5. It's 6 short, humorous plays featuring 23 actors. Doors open at 6:30 and the show starts at 7 p.m. Members are free, but you can purchase tickets at the door for your guests for $10. Stay with us because we'll have more of This Day right after this.
Your body is made for work, play, and adventure. All the things that make life amazing. But when pain gets in the way, turn to Hoag Orthopedic Institute to get you back to doing the things you love. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, we're experts at getting you out of pain and back to golf, running, or yoga. Whatever makes you, you.
Hi there, I'm Bob Eubanks. Remember me? I'm the king of whoopee. And you're watching Village Television. But everybody does.
Welcome back to This Day. Joining me now is the host of How We Met, Cheryl Stritch. Thank you for being here. And along with Cheryl from the show is Annette Berkowitz. So thank you, ladies, for being here this morning. And so, Cheryl, we were just talking. I know your mind's kind of scrambled because she's getting ready to be a grandma again. How exciting.
Yeah, it really is.
So your daughter, you just got the call that she's going to the hospital. She's in labor.
She's in labor.
Well, prayers and blessings that everything, mama and baby, are healthy and that you get out there.
Yes.
And I guess you're going to go soon to go see her.
I am.
So.
Thank you.
For so wonderful for your family. So, so Cheryl, tell me, what is How We Met? What is it about?
How We Met is an interview show. I interview couples from Laguna Woods who tell their story about how they met. We were at a brunch, Annette and I were at a brunch, and a bunch of couples were going around the room talking about how they met, and Annette had the cutest story, and that's when I began to think about putting this show together. And it's been great. We're into filming our 3rd episode. The 2nd episode with Annette is on right now.
Now, have you ever had any interview background or anything like this, or you just...
Good question. No, but I do ask a lot of questions. I am pretty
naturally inquisitive.
I am pretty nosy, and I do find out the story.
She does it in a nice way.
Yes. Oh, that's wonderful. I love how by the way, I love this idea. This is like the kind of show that I would love to produce someday. I love finding people's stories and getting into especially the love stories. Who doesn't? I'm a romantic at heart.
You just find out so much about somebody by the way they met. I mean, okay, so Annette met in the Catskills. She is a Catskill couple. She met her husband there.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's such a cute story. And I'm from New York, and I'd never met anybody who had been a Catskill person, Catskill couple. So it's I don't know, the whole thing is just really sweet for me because I love finding out about people.
And I watched a little bit of your show with Bernard and Virginia.
Oh, okay.
And I thought their first date they had scheduled was the day that JFK was shot.
Yeah.
And then they said everything was shutting down, and they're like, well, should we still get together? I don't know. And,
Right.
and I guess they changed their plans and did get together, and then now married for 57 years.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
just an incredible idea and incredible story. What is rewarding for you for doing this show? I know you've just started, but...
I think it's really neat to find out about people, to share that with the community, because everybody wants to know people's story. And so it's kind of neat to find out their stories and find out who they really were. I mean, Annette shared her pictures, and they're showing right now, but she shared her wedding pictures And they sort of told a story for me. There they are. They sort of told a story for me, who they were when they were kids.
Looks so
And-
different.
You look like 16?
20.
Okay. That's why you look so beautiful now too, because you
you're
look
a
very
sweetheart.
youthful, right? It's at that age, it was always like, no, I want to look older, right?
Right,
Everybody wants to be at
right,
least
yeah.
21, but looking back, and then you go, well, it's really nice to have had such a youthful look. So, and that, when is this the show that's airing now?
Yes,
this
it
month?
is, yeah.
When, Cheryl? When does the show air?
Oh, the show airs on Mondays at noon and Saturdays at 5:30.
Okay.
All through the month.
And what did you think when you were on the show?
I thought, number one, I have to tell you, Cheryl made it so comfortable to be there. I have to thank her for that. You know, there was nothing, it was just easy. The story is the story, and I love to tell it anyway. So, and if anybody wants it, all they have to do is watch that, watch it on Wednesdays. And
Mondays.
I think it's a fabulous idea. I think the way we met was really interesting, but so many people have met in such interesting ways. I mean, that are different, that are the same, but everybody has their own little bit of difference to it.
Yeah, their own love story.
Right,
And it's
exactly.
always so nice to hear the different stories. And
Right.
and did you learn anything new about your husband when you guys were on the show and telling your different versions?
All right, well, I will tell you something really funny. Cheryl had asked for some pictures. I sent her a slew of pictures, practically my whole album. And one picture in the album, she said, I notice that in one of these family pictures, you're not in the center as the bride. You're kind of off to the side. So what are you talking about? He never noticed that.
Her mother-in-law was in the middle.
That's the thing they do now today, right?
So we went back to the picture, and Jerry and I looked at it, and we got hysterical laughing because smack in the middle is my mother-in-law. And I'm off to the side. She's right. Well, she deserved it. She raised those 6 boys by herself. She's okay.
Aw, that's
Yeah.
great. And so I was curious, by getting to tell your story here with Cheryl, how long had it been since the last time? You said you've told the story several times. I mean, had it been a long time since you had reminisced about it, or?
Well, like Cheryl said, I mentioned it when we were at lunch. You know, people talk about how they met, and it's kind of an interesting story, so I do tell it.
Is anyone recognizing you from being on the show yet?
Just friends. Friends who know me and say, oh, yes. Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful.
They still have to see it because this is the beginning of the month. They get to see it all through the month.
Right, we're just starting. So do you have guests lined up for like several months out, or?
Because I wasn't sure about when these babies were coming, I only have people lined up for next month. But that's okay because I know in my mind I have people lined up, but not on paper right now.
Yeah, yeah. So how do you, once you go through all the groups of friends you know and their stories, well, I guess through the show, maybe people will contact you.
People have begun to reach out to me, and at the end of the show, we have actual information that if people want to be on the show, how they can reach us.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah.
And some of us who have been on the show know people that Cheryl may not know that have really interesting stories as well.
Right.
Oh, this is some great stories for sure, and it's such a wonderful thing to spread this love around. I just think it's such a great idea. Thank you guys for being here.
Well, thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely. So you can watch How We Met with Cheryl Stritch as she interviews couples from here in the Village on Mondays at noon and Saturdays at 5:30 p.m. Or you can always look up the show anytime on Village Television's YouTube channel. So stay with us. We have movie previews, announcements, and weather coming up right after this.
Dr. Vyas and the OCI Care staff believe in one-on-one care and the patient-physician relationship.
OCI Care was absolutely the most wonderful place I've ever been to. as far as being taken care of.
The staff was very friendly, and I felt very welcomed and relaxed.
How did I feel about Dr. Vias? The man is very gentle, he is very caring, and totally involved with detail.
Hi, I'm Dan McEachran. 35 years ago, I was lucky enough to get my start in Laguna Woods. First, building patio rooms, then kitchens. Our cabinets, all built locally in Irvine. It all began with patio rooms, like this Majorca model, which we made into a complete room. I'll pull permits. We'll take care of everything. Give me a call. We'll do a nice job for you.
And welcome back. While we're talking about Saturday movie, let's talk about it. It's going to be a great documentary. I hope you're going to enjoy and hope you'll watch it. It's called The Wrecking Crew, and it's brought to us by Memorial Care. It is the story of the Los Angeles-based group of session musicians that were known as The Wrecking Crew, and they were kind of famed for having played on numerous hit recordings throughout the 60s and the early 70s. They did stuff with the Beach Boys. They did stuff for the Monkees. You know, the famous story behind the Monkees is that, you know, these guys were doing that TV show, The Monkees, and they had to do a song every single week, and there was no way they could learn how to do the songs and still learn all their lines for the show and all that kind of stuff. So session musicians played on those, a lot of those albums for the Beach Boys, the Monkees, and others, and you don't realize it on the albums. And then they had to learn the music when they'd go out and tour and do their thing. But it's kind of a really cool documentary. You want to watch that one. Again, it's going to be at 2 p.m. with subtitles, 6 p.m. without the subtitles. Enjoy The Wrecking Crew. Let's take a look at some announcements real quick before we go. A candidates forum, meet the candidates for U.S. House and Congressional District. Dave Min is not going to be there. We talked to the folks from the Democratic Club, but Dom Jones and Joanna Weiss are going to be there. And the guest fee is waived for this one because when they do the candidate forums, they always want as many people to come out as possible. So enjoy that. It's going to be Tuesday, September 19th, 7 p.m. at Clubhouse 2 in the main lounge. And come as early as 6:30 to meet the candidates and socialize. And what else have we got for us on the old screen there? Let's take a look at our next announcement, and that's going to be Monday Movies. We're always talking movies here. On September 18th, we have Till that's going to be shown, and that is going to be over, it's going to be brought to us by Recreation, and the doors open at 1:45. Movies begin at 2 p.m. They are free, no tickets required, and great lineup for October, November, and December. So enjoy that White Christmas in December. That's a classic. That'll be a fun one. Let's do one more slide before we take a look at the weather here, and that's going to be Storytelling September, brought to you by the Publishing Club. Tales from the Pub Club Storytellers, and they're going to have lots of folks coming in and doing some talks there. That's going to be at the Performing Arts Center at from 2 to 4 p.m. That's coming up on the schedule. So make sure you get out there and enjoy some of the great activities going on in Laguna Woods Village. And speaking about going out and enjoying activities, let's take a look outside at our weather one last time before we go. A little cloudy in the morning as we record the program here, but that's going to clear up to sunny skies, and we're going to have pretty nice temperatures. 70s not only this weekend, but all next week. So enjoy it as you can. I hope you enjoyed today's program. I'm Michael Taylor for PJ, Mark, and Cole, and Carla, and all the people who helped me look semi-great here on television. I want to thank you for watching, and we hope you make this day a great one.